I'm Butler from Valley Forge Baptist Academy, and she'll be doing a poetry reading, and it will be the Marines' Farewell.
The year was 1970, and America was divided by the war in Vietnam. Some thought that this war was vital to stop the spread of communism, while others thought that it was none of our business. But as more men died, the tensions grew hotter, the protests more frequent. It was during this time that Josephine Hoffsfeld wrote The Marines' Farewell. It is the story of a young soldier who drinks in the last memories of his town, friends, and family before he leaves for war. They would be a healing balm to the heart of a lonely Marine on the battlefield in Vietnam. Evening had painted the western sky with crimson and gold across the crest of the sun, and the curtain of the night was held fast in the east with a star. The town lay basking in the warm sunset, the steeple of the little church glowing white above the green of the trees. The streets filled with the noises of leave-taking, people hurrying home for a night of rest. The streetlights at each corner were beginning to gleam out their welcome to anyone who lingered there in the dark. The smell of potatoes frying wafted outward on the evening air. The chimes of the church ringing out their 6 o'clock angelus loud and clear. The boy, lingering on his homeward way, paused to drink in each sound. He wanted to hold it in his heart, for home is dear, home is sweet, no matter how humble it may be. He wanted to remember each little sound, each little thing, how the leaves hung still upon the trees in the softness of the evening breeze, each familiar sound and smell of home, for they would be a healing balm to the heart of a lonely Marine on the battlefield in Vietnam. As he walked slowly homeward, he could see his mother, her dark hair touched with gray, a smile in her eyes, heaven's blues. He would miss her tender care, the many things she did for him. A button sewed in place, a mended tear, a dish cooked just the way he liked. Home, he thought. What would it be like without my mother there? He knew that when he was far away, a lonely Marine in a foreign land, his mother's prayers would follow him to the battlefield in far away Vietnam. Then there was Dad. How well he remembered when he was 7 and Dad had taken him on a fishing trip. And the only fish he caught had gone away. How he cried out in disappointment. Then Dad had said, "There's no use to cry, son. The world is full of disappointing things. Just remember, no matter how bitter you feel, it's always better to smile your troubles away. It will make for a better tomorrow." Good old Dad, who said so little, but whose handclasp meant so much, and whose silent prayers could follow a boy who didn't feel so terribly brave, but went to war, a Marine, to fight to keep men free in far away Vietnam. Then there was Sis, with her pigtails flying, riding her bike or shouting in glee. That little sister he liked to tease, but loved just the same. Bill, young Bill, who at 14 was long and lank and lean, who loved to swim and play a game of ball, who eyed his brother's duffel bag with curiosity and exclaimed, "But what fun to be a Marine, to fight for the freedom of the world in far away Vietnam!" The boy kept his counsel, but he thought, "I'm going to Vietnam, to fight in a jungle war, so that all the boys like Bill can stay home in safety." Then he thought of Mary, with her hair of brown. Smile for him, a soft, small hand. To think of her was to think of a little house upon a hill beneath a tree, a garden plot, work and play and happiness, to think of spring and hope and love and music, soft and slow. She would be waiting still, while he fought for freedom's sake in far away Vietnam. One by one, the days passed, oh so slowly for the family left behind. Letters came, but not so very often. And then, there was no more. The mother's hair grew grayer. The father's shoulders sagged a little more with a load of care. There was silence, somehow, in the house. The Marine was far away. Then, one day it came, a telegram telling them all. Lost in action, it said. Lost! A Marine in the stinking jungle in faraway Vietnam! The church bell tolled that dying day. As one and all in that little town gathered there to pay homage in a dedicated memorial to one they all held dear. Softly and clearly, the voices of the choir rose and fell to bring comfort to the hearts made heavy with their load of silent pain and unshed tears for a lost Marine in faraway Vietnam. Born to die young, in what must not be a useless cause, we can but hope the years will teach the world that this war was fought for freedom's sake, even though bought at the price of many broken hearts, that those who died did not die in vain, but left a heritage of freedom to mankind, to last forever down through the ages, written in blood upon the pages of history. A message borne home at last to us. A message of hope, faith, and love. A message written in our tears. A message for all free men to hear. In the last fond farewell of a Marine who fought and died.